So we open with Thanksgiving. Dang, it is about to be time for the holidays again. And lamb chops do sound like a good idea. I'm going to put that on my list. We've got Ralph, who hired a private chef that Drew can't afford. Ralph wants to get the ladies on the good foot before they go to Portugal. And I'm sure while they're away, he'll slip on down to Tampa to enjoy some Floridian secrets. So everybody's arriving to the brunch. Candy is surprised that Bryce is no-lip Courtney's baby daddy. I'm not surprised because horrible women always end up with the best men. But Drew, what is this top? It's not giving, a bikini top. Is this like a butterfly Mariah Carey top? It's a no. It's just a no. You should have just put on a bikini top. That would have looked cute, but these little flaps look like craps. Everybody showed up in black to this brunch. I wouldn't do that before I get on a plane, except for Kenya's crappy tiger print. Oh Lord, Marlo done showed up with her man in a Pepto-Bismol bodysuit. Now her man's in a Coogee Cosby sweater, and I'm not surprised. I mean, that jewelry though. Ooh, that jewelry looked cheap. I mean, silver? It's very piercing pagoda. Kenya wants to be in Candy's movie, but honey, nobody wants to look at you in a sexual sense. It's been a long time since Twa. Child, Kenya man actually FaceTimed her. I mean, this is a step up for her. At least she's got a man in the phone versus in the wind. So we find out Marlo has gone on a date with Kenya's man. Well, I mean, there's only so many high-end escorts in Atlanta, so I'm not surprised. I don't think there's a wealthy man in Atlanta that Marlo hasn't gone on a date with. We got the guys talking in the backyard, and I can tell you right now, ain't no way Marlo is attracted to this man at all. I don't think he's seen her pussy lip. So Sheree gonna ask Drew, are you gonna pay this chef? Because I heard on the internet you weren't paying your chefs. And it's so funny, Sheree, were you looking up yourself in the can't pay section? Because She by Sheree is known as She by Can't Pay to vendors all over the greater Atlanta area. Drew says, well, it's a lawsuit being handled by my attorney. You didn't pay them. So Sheree is getting everyone excited for the healing trip to Portugal. But Kenya's sitting next to no-lip Courtney, and she's like, look, Courtney, I need you to keep your hands to yourself. I don't want you pawing at me. I didn't touch you. You touched me 3 times. So we all head off to Portugal. Child, Candy had diarrhea on the flight, but she made it, because you know she gonna get that check. Sheree, how many times you gonna say healing? Put some Neosporin on it and call it a day. You know what? The way Kenya and Sheree was getting their legs up, maybe they should be together. I mean, they could just move their houses together and have a compound. So we've gotten to the hotel, and I guess it's time to argue about the rooms. Wait, so Ralph is working in Vegas for Chocolate City? Well, at least he's getting paid to schling that schlong. So Drew's talking to Monietta, and Drew don't realize South Africa is in Africa, but you know what? We just gonna let it slide. Because we know she meant black people Africa, because, South Africa was taken over by the pink toes. So I get the connotative versus denotative definition she was going for. Wasn't as bad as looking for the railroad tracks for the Underground Railroad. Drew's upset with Sheree for bringing up her lawsuit. And it is the he-hank calling the welfarian Poe. Kenya don't care about Roy dating Marlo, but Marlo's gonna try to make it a plot line. I guess since you can't milk your Munty plot line, this is what you're reduced to. Marlo gonna say we've seen 100 men from Kenya, you've only seen 1 with me. Yeah, because your clients prefer anonymity. However, Kenya pays her men for public companionship. So we're heading out to our first dinner. So now we get to the Heifer's little issues. Kenya and Courtney squash their squabble, but then Drew brings up how she felt Sheree has let her down by bringing up the lawsuit. I think you asked her to so you'd have something to talk about, since you never mention your husband's Floridian secrets. However, Sheree said, well, you lied on me talking about the repossession of She by Sheree. Drew thought her and Sheree were cool after that, but Sheree won't just bone carry, she'll bring up a dead horse. And she brought it up and now she beating it. So Sheree said, well, I guess it doesn't feel good to have your business put on Front Street. And Drew said, oh, you're trying to teach me a lesson? And the lesson is she by Sheree ain't got nothing to say. So Sheree's incapable and Drew is a liar. And you're both cheap and unseemly. Drew is really outside crying. I guess she kept some glycerin tears in her purse for dinner. Well, child, let's see if Candy has more to say than this episode gave me on Speak On It. So she has Oliver Twix joining her. So he liked the episode and thought it had a good tempo. I felt it was a fun build-up episode, giving auntie energy. She hated her confessional look. I thought you were giving homage to Pepto-Bismol because you were sick on the flight. Oliver wants her to go back to her season 2 look with that red flip. It's too dated. It was too dated then and it's too dated now. Hair shouldn't be crispy, and I'm going to stand by that. Candy said when I said Drew could act innocent, I didn't mean it as a dig. I just meant, she was a better actress than Kenya. Kenya's unhappy that Drew pointed out she hasn't been in a movie since Toi, but that's a fact. You've done a few television show spots, but nobody even picked up your pilot. Candy keeps saying, I wasn't trying to be shady. I wasn't trying to be shady when Bryce came in and I said he didn't look like himself. Girl, go on and admit it, he uglied up. Candy doesn't believe in Marlo's man, but Walter and Matt were fake, so let Marlo have her turn. Candy said she ain't gonna bring her real dudes on. They don't want their wives and lovers to know that they're paying Marlo. They think Marlo's being given a favorable edit. I don't know. I mean, it could be possible for them to try to get her to be likable after dumping those boys on her sister again so that they don't lose money making her a peach holder. And I could see them giving Candy a rougher edit because they've always kissed your butt, especially since Phaedra and Portia lied on you. But we get a little more tea on the lawsuit with Drew. The woman not only supposedly cooked for her, but watched her kids for a week. I guess while Ralph was searching for his Floridian secrets. After that, we talk about Sheree's new nose/new confessional look. Now, they say they think she looks like Drew. I'm just calling this burnt nose Sheree. They didn't have a problem with Marlo mentioning she dated Kenya's current beau because it was true and she didn't try to put any spice on it. So they both want to like the new heifer Courtney because she's not afraid. I don't know. I mean, she's not afraid of having a weak storyline. The heifer ain't done nothing interesting. Oliver gonna ask Candy what's the proper way to headbutt somebody. They don't know why they went to Portugal and they feel like the healing is something of a stretch. But now we get to Ralph trying out for an all-nude review. So we're still trying to figure out which items Sheree actually let people keep and which ones had to be repossessed. Honestly, I'm tired of talking about it. It's making my mouth dry. Let the heifer bring her full line this reunion and call it a day. Now, they think that Sheree turning on Drew actually hurt Drew's feelings, but I feel like in this show, you're going to spar and argue, and Sheree was going to give you some get back. I think that Drew cried because she wants to remind us that she is still an actress. And also, it would get Sheree off the attack. But child, that was Speak On It, and it was as dry as the episode. But I'm see you soon for Housewives of New York. Let's get to some trailer reviews. So we're gonna check out the trailer for Haunted Mansion. So we got a mom and a son moving into the Haunted Mansion, and now they need help getting the ghost out. So we got Owen Wilson, Tiffany Haddish as a medium. Oh, not Danny DeVito. This looks cute. This actually looks cute. I might want to see it around Halloween. Now let's check out the Pod Generation. So we got a heifer who's been having strange dreams. Her and her man just got a spot at the womb center, but she hasn't told him yet. Oh, but he wants a natural child. Oh, then we find out kids born at the womb center don't dream. So they go on and put the baby in the pod, but she ain't bonding with the pod baby. It ain't out yet. That also seems cute. It seems a little feel good at the end.